you have to play for. So, but at the end of the day, it's 3 games, 3 opportunities to go get wins, and so that's what the focus is, trying to get started with Buffalo.
I know your focus is the game, and other people in the building have focuses on the off-season stuff, but obviously you win a couple games, that changes how this team picks and drafts and stuff. From a player's perspective, I mean, with this team, if you're back here next year, you want them to have more talent, I would imagine. Is it a slippery slope from a player's perspective to think about?
No, we don't think about that. We go out and try to win every game. We don't think about that.
Glover, when you look this week at Josh Allen and you see, he's like the leading rusher for Buffalo. I mean, how dynamic does that make him, and how important does that make him to stop?
I mean, he's definitely a tough guy. When you look at him on film, big athlete. He runs well, got a super strong arm, and you're right. He's leading the team in rushing. He's running the ball well. Takes off. He presents a big challenge for us defensively. Got some very speedy receivers, so we got to, account for that as well. So he's doing a great job for him.
Speaking of speedy receivers, you mentioned a couple of them, but I'll go specific. I mean, Robert Foster, one of them. When you see a guy like that and developing the rapport with the quarterback, I mean, is that maybe a more dangerous time because these guys are hooking up together?
Yeah, I mean, when you got a guy that can throw it, a real long distance, and you got a guy that can run and get it, that's tough. And then, obviously at this point in the season, they've probably had plenty of time to work together and get close and stuff like that. So definitely presents a big challenge, and you can see like he definitely tries to get him the ball down the field.
With Josh Allen, it seems like he runs pretty instinctually for a quarterback as well, like fouling blocks and stuff like that. Is that something that you've seen on film as well?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he does a great job. Sometimes they're design runs for him, and he has blockers. Sometimes he just breaks out of the pocket and starts running, and that obviously presents a huge challenge in the secondary, and you're trying to cover guys, and linebackers you're trying to cover guys, and then you look up and the quarterback is running. So that's always tough. So he does a lot. He does a lot.
You've been there from the start with Darius Slay. How cool was it to be able to see him score his first touchdown?
Yeah, it was cool, man. He finally got one. He finally got one. We joke with him all the time about his running skills when he get the ball in his hand. But we all know he's fast. So
yeah,
when you catch that one in the flats like that, it's gonna be very few people that can make that tackle. So it's definitely a great moment for him. Huge moment. Great play. And happy for him.
Has he stopped talking about it yet?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
Really?
He's grown a little bit.
Why has this defense played so well for the past couple weeks?
I mean, we're stopping the run. And like I always say, when you can stop the run, it helps in so many ways. We're communicating well in the run game, working well with each other in the run game, getting it stopped, and you're not giving up big plays in the pass game. When you can do that, you're going to give yourself a chance to play good defense. And like I was saying, we've put together a couple good defensive performances that may have gotten overshadowed by, a big run that broke out or, a big pass or whatever. And that 1 or 2 plays make it look a lot worse than what it was. I mean, I can go all the way back to Minnesota. I think we played a really decent defensive game against Minnesota. We had one run that broke for 70, and then looks like it was different, and so we've been, stopping those long runs from breaking out and big passes and giving ourselves a chance.
Is it more impressive that you've done it with kind of a rotating carousel of guys with all the injuries and different people getting plugged in?
Yeah, I mean, that is impressive, just guys being prepared, guys working hard throughout the week, guys working on their craft and being ready to go, and when their number's called, coming in making plays for us. So it's always a good thing to see.
Is there also a growing familiarity with Patricia and Pasquale?
Yeah, no question. You get a lot of game reps. With the system, with the coordinator understanding, what they want, the options that you have, what we're trying to get done, and being able to play as opposed to trying to think about the calls that you need to make and the things like that, which all comes from, getting a new system and just getting used to it, getting acclimated to it. So, I mean, I think we're heading in the right direction.
So when people ask what is there still to play for down the stretch, multiple things, but that's one of them, getting more acclimated with teammates in a system. Would that be one of the things to play?
Oh yeah, always. Every time you go out there to play, it's nothing. I mean, I mean, you can't duplicate like real live game reps. You can practice with somebody, but you just can't duplicate like real live game reps, like playing the game. So anytime you get the opportunity to go out there and play the game with a teammate, you learn a lot. You get more comfortable with them. You understand how they're gonna play, how you're gonna play, and it just builds the relationship, builds the rapport with the guys, and it's definitely important.
Now, the odds are obviously long, but do you look at playoff scenarios, playoff pictures, percentages, where you guys are?
I mean, I've seen it. Obviously, I mean, I'm not blind. I'm not oblivious to the fact, and I mean, I'm not dumb either. I kind of understand. I can look at the records and say, okay, well, this is kind of how it's going to play out. So, I mean, I kind of knew it even before everybody started making a big deal out of it. I kind of saw it unfolding. But I think for us, none of that stuff matters if we don't take care of our business. So, we got to win out. So, we got to go and prepare and get ready to be Buffalo, and we get that done, and we move on to the next one. But none of those scenarios, none of that stuff matters if we don't take care of our business.
Kind of get in your head like, just keep going.
We're just out there trying to play, man. I mean, you can't worry about injuries, can't think about it. You just got to go out and play, and hopefully you play hard and you protect yourself, and things don't happen. But that's the game. I think every time you walk on the field, you understand the risk, and we continue to walk on the field. So,
when did you notice the field was bad first series?
Watching it on film, I noticed it was bad. So we knew going into the game that the field was bad.
The different things that you guys were doing on defense last week, why did it not involve you?
I don't know.
That's something that you never sought out an answer for or anything?
I told you guys, I'm a player. I just play. I do what I'm supposed to do. I go out and play. I don't ask for personnel decisions. I don't ask for none of that stuff. I just go out and play, and however the game play out, I see stuff all the time. You guys try to talk about this stuff. Y'all say this and this and that, and then the next week I play 100% of the plays. You'd be like, oh, well, maybe we – just depends on how the game going, guys.